Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my thoughts.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Tell You What podcast. We are proudly sponsored by Rainbow Competitions. They're a sort of newish competition page, so check them out, rainbowcompetitions.com. They have some great prizes. Actually, chatting to the two guys there the other day, they have some fantastic prizes coming up. They're just getting bigger and better, and because you're at the start, you have a good chance of winning. And to make things even sweeter for our very lovely fans and audience members here, we have a special discount code to use Tell You What 20 when checking out, which means if you buy 5 tickets, you basically get one free. And what more do you want? There's very little free in this life, but you know what I mean? So check them out, rainbowcompetitions.com. They go live every Friday at 12:30. Yeah, check them out. And after that, now that's out of the way, welcome to the podcast. It's me, your host, Talal Jomar, my better half, Sean McAlevey, with two of us are still buzzing from last night. Sean, tell them what's coming up on this show.
Lads. I have had the best week of my life. Like, I have the excitement on my face right now is all been carried through from the boxing that was happening in Belfast this week. We're going to be talking about that. Lewis, Crocker, Donovan, was the disqualification for the whole drama about it. Me and Talal were there. We were in the stadium. We weren't getting any biased sort of commentary down. We seen it with our own eyes. So we'll be chatting about that very soon. Chatting about our weeks, what we've been doing. Also, we're going to touch on the FA Cup weekend. Big result today. Fulham putting United out of the FA Cup. Old Trafford, basically a library the whole game. No one shouting, no one screaming till that penalty. So we're going to chat all about that. And then hopefully at the end, we'll touch on a bit of drama coming out of the Gaelic this weekend with Kieran McGeeney talking about the new rules and are they going to implement the GA Championship. So that's all to look forward to. But as always, before we kick off, Talal, tell me about your week. What's been happening with you?
I'm still in recovery right now, not from anything. Still in recovery, like I'm still recovering from some sort of drug addiction or something. I have been sick for a long time. I've been to doctors. Told me I had whooping cough. One told me I had walking pneumonia. I'm slightly getting better. I went to a salt room. Everybody doesn't know what a salt room is. I basically haven't took a deep breath since 2024.
What?
That's how. Yeah, so I haven't been able to take like a deep breath without going into like a coughing fit from 2024. So I've had this cough, and a person recommended me this salt room, and a new one opened, which is so coincidental, about 2 miles from my house. It's genuinely changed my whole life.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but you did the most daft thing I have ever seen in my life.
Yes.
Facebook, no picture of nothing, just anyone recommend a salt room. And you must have had fucking 50 comments under it. Everyone recommending different stuff to you. And I was like, I didn't know there was just many salt rooms in the country. I didn't even know what a salt room was. I was like looking it up. What is a salt room?
See, so basically you go into this wee room and you sit down and they just blow salt into the air.
What?
Because the salt gets into like your lungs and your stuff, and it loosens like mucus and
a lot of. Is it like the same idea as going into like a steam room with like eucalyptus or something like that? Do something to like clear you out, or
yeah? For you? But this is apparently it's better for you. It's less intense than like a steam room, if you know what I mean.
Ah, right, okay.
So you go in and you just sit down. It just fires tiny bits of salt into the room. It's actually quite relaxing. It is very, very relaxing.
I just think of a ready salted Talal comes out of this.
I know. And you do come out, you do be covered in salt, you have to brush it all off. But like the difference it made, because I actually went on a Thursday evening, and I went Thursday evening, and I went first thing on Friday morning. Again, just to hit the wee double dose. So I'm going to go back again this week.
And did you feel better after it? Like, did it work?
Oh yeah.
What?
Like, because I wasn't able to like take a deep breath, so whenever I was coughing, it was just my life's been a nightmare. The fact that I've still been able to do things is testament to me. I'll say this: when I was skinnier or when I was fatter, I was healthier. Putting it out there.
They always say fat people are always happier. That's it.
I have been miserable. But anyway, the salt room is great. So I'm going to go back next week. Then I decided, because I had a gig Friday night, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And so we drove up to Bangor. And it was great, because the first thing I say when I pulled in to Bangor was, a free Tommy Robson sort of march thing. And I should have went, right, I'll avoid that. I'll avoid the play. Got to the gig. Ended up being asked to do 30 minutes, which is basically a headline set, but I wasn't booked as a headliner. So, anyway, and I'll say this, after my performance, I'll never be booked as a headliner again. Or I had a rough time, so to speak. Partly, audience just didn't take to me. No problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
The other part was the sound. The guy doing the sound didn't have me turned up at the back, so nobody at the back could hear what I was saying. And I do, I do speak quite low, as in like I'm not the most like excitable on stage.
Yeah. Dying on your ass for 15 minutes is awful, but see, dying on your ass for half an hour, that's awful. Not that I'm saying you died on your ass, I wasn't there, but it sounds like you didn't have a good one.
Oh, I did, Sean. I did. Here. What do you don't mention your word, Sean? Yeah, I had a horrible time, but it was good to get the reps in, so to speak.
Get tickets for Middle East based before it's sold out.
Yeah,
that's people with anger for you though. Just I don't know. 30 minutes is too long for any set, really. Unless you're like a proper experienced headliner, 30 minutes during the middle of a show is just way too fucking long. Like that's a disaster.
Yeah. So there you are. That's basically my week in a nutshell, and then obviously, Saturday, the boxing.
Oh, so we'll touch on that very soon.
Yes.
My week is pretty good. June, like you always when we do stand up, like I would love to be a full time stand up. I'd love not to have to go to the 9 to 5. I'd love to do stand up, and every day this week. Tuesday was out, Wednesday Lavery's, Thursday Lavery's, Friday's gigging in Kiwis. I am knackered, like absolutely wrecked from having to do like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. But Lavery's was great. Shout out Lavery's as we always do on Wednesday, Thursday there. I'll say this though, the Thursday night there was a party in of about 40 people. And have you ever walked into a room somewhere and gone, there's too many people here?
Yes.
Like it was exactly that. We just walked in and I was like, oh, this is going mental. And I got away scot-free, thank God. So I was opening on the Thursday and I go on stage and they're all listening, loving it, but like they were right on the cusp of being a disaster. Like you're just going, oh, this could tip over. As soon as I get off stage, everyone sprints to the bar. Like half the place just moves to the bar, which is so unlike them. But it was obviously that sort of like the big group, sort of like just were treated as like a staff night out sort of thing. And they just chatted. There's just like a constant murmuring of chatter the whole time. Yeah, like people are listening, loving all the other acts, and everyone did great. But it's just like, one of those like weird ones where like everyone just seemed like they're on coke. Like absolutely everybody there was like, Jesus, this is a Thursday night. Like, come on, lads. Yeah. But it was great, good fun.
You said there would be racked after doing them gigs, but if you didn't have a 9 to 5,
you
chill out all day.
Yeah, you know, like obviously when I go to my 9 to 5, that's not me chilling out. That's me working hard. You know, that's not my time to chill. I'm grinding in that 9 to 5. Like when I'm working from home, I'm not recovering 9 to 5 when I'm working from home. I'm blood, sweat, and tears, anything for the badge, get 3 points at all costs. But it was I was just knackered. Kiwis on Friday night as well, Portrush. I say this, right? I had a weird I probably haven't done Kiwis in Portrush in over a year and a bit, maybe. And I had this memory of it being really like, there is a rumor, right? A sort of running trend that the Protestant rooms are less crack. Let's just say, right? Or else I'm making that statement and standing bad. But anyway, went up there to Kiwis and I was looking around the room. Eric Lawler was headlining. I was sort of like, the average age in this room tonight is about 50. I was like, this could be trouble. Like, I'm starting my set. I talk about a time I'd fucking seen the Pedo Hunters. So I was like, maybe take that and move it around or something like that. And Gary, actually shouted Gary Pollock, was like, no, just do your set. They'll all love it. They're a great comedy crowd. And I did. And one of my favorite gigs I've done ever. Absolutely unreal. Like, and that's if that's my audience, middle-aged Protestants that have second homes in Portrush, then happy days. McAlevy's going to be making millions.
You know what they always say? Money goes to money. That's what they say, so. Money goes to money.
So, yeah. And then, obviously, I can't be bothered talking about anything else that happened during my week. Saturday night, the boxing, as everyone called it in the arena last night, the boxing. Or are you going to the boxing by? was the two going around. Donovan and Crocker. I knew, me and you knew, because we follow boxing, that this was going to be big. Like, likely sell out. But the aftermath of this fight has been beyond humongous.
it's one of those events that'll be talked about for years and years and years, and it's class to have been there and
Yeah.
witnessed it. You know, it had very McGregor Khabib vibes, and I said, "I was like, is it McGregor Khabib? Like this is insane." So, but yeah, the boxing was sensational. Shout out Tommy McCarthy with great seats. We had class seats.
Yeah.
Like,
Tommy
class
hand delivered us tickets. Like, I mean, he came to my house and handed us the tickets going, and they were like 40 quid or something like that. He's like, there you go, lads. And I just said like West here or something on it, so we didn't really know where we're sitting. Unreal seats, just kind of nice height level, look straight down into the ring, see all the drama going behind you. Now, did the VIP box above us start throwing drinks at some fella sitting right behind us? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's just say the two communities that were on display didn't get on too well at certain moments of the night, and we got kind of caught in the middle. But I had a lovely seat. I was sitting between, so it was my dad, my brother, and Talal. Talal was sitting on my right, and this guy comes over the top of the balcony, starts winging drinks down, like actually like assaulting whoever was below, like just getting throwing pints. Now, obviously, my first thought is pints in here are £6.75. Don't be doing that. That's an awful waste of pint. Like, but he was they had like unlimited pint glitch or something up there. Just all these pints just kept flying down. Flying down. But because I was between, I don't know if you really got soaked, but there wasn't like a drop of me. I think it's because I was between my dad, who's a big enough lad, and then you, who's obviously a big lad. And I was bone dry in the middle. It's great.
My coat was absolutely drenched. Absolutely. And like I was like, my coat was stinking of beer. And obviously came into the house last night, took it off, and my mum was like, were you drinking last night? And I was like, no, sure, we're driving. She's like, your coat's stinking of beer.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so you know what? We'll go to it from every fight was seen. So the first fight was seen was we caught the end of Farrell and Hughes.
Yeah. Great fight.
Great fight. I think they're two local lads. Which it must be so weird fighting like a proper fight against your mate or somebody you know. It must be so weird.
It kind of had like, because they are both young. I don't know what age they actually officially are, but like it almost looked like a school. Like them boys could have went to school together. They looked like that sort of sort of lads. But that was a rematch of a first fight they had, which was a draw. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I think it was a controversial draw. And I think the guy who won the fight last night, I think he should have won the first one. So
right, okay.
So, but yeah, so that was it. And then we were nicely set up. Tommy McCarthy was up next, and we obviously know Tommy from doing stand-up. Tommy's been on the podcast too. Legend of a man. Just wasn't his name. Just didn't go his way.
Just got caught. I'm not gonna lie. See the left hook he got caught right on the bell. Let me tell you something. Right on the bell. Like it was such a sweet dig. You're just going
And you know what? And we all do it. Watching professional athletes sitting at the house going, "You're fucking shite or you're useless." If I get hit with that left hook, I'm literally Sean's on this podcast by himself going, "Talal was a great lad."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
My rest in spaghetti, never forget it. But like,
exactly.
So I actually seen. So obviously, Tommy lost the fight. The TKO referee had to step in and stuff like that, which was the right call. Really interesting. At one stage, you could see Tommy's corner going for the towel to throw in, and then the corner man was like, "No, we'll be all right, it'll be all right." And then the referee thankfully called it off because it is. I can't put it into words. The feeling in my stomach when he walked out. Like I was so nervous. It was like watching a son fucking go up. I was just like, I was just praying. It's so weird. Like you really wanted to win and do well, but I was like, just don't get hurt. Do you know when you like them? That's how you know.
Yeah, it's like I said to you, I was actually looking forward to an anxiety-free weekend. Arsenal weren't playing. Yeah. As soon as Tommy comes out, I'm like, I am so nervous. I'm gonna be sick here. This is how I feel when Arsenal play. Like, and again, just absolutely gutted for him. But here, total respect for his career. Totally here. I have anybody that enters the ring, cage, whatever you want, whatever kind of professional athlete you are, or kind of mixed martial arts you do, or any kind of fighting, nothing but respect because. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Like
it's not. And here, look, Tommy's done like incredibly well for himself. Like he's got a successful podcast. He's gonna mark my words. Within the next year, he'll be headlining stand-up gigs everywhere. So
yeah,
I'd be happier to see him see him be on the stage and watch him smash and tell stories and be in a boxing ring. I don't want to see anyone I'm good friends with in a boxing ring ever again.
Yeah,
it's awful feeling. Like,
but Stephen Ward, he just looked like he just was. Stephen Ward looked very sharp. To be fair, like Stephen Ward looked.
See, in fairness, so, like for a fight that looked quite like, you know, that Ward sort of like obviously won on TKO, so everyone's going to go, oh, he must have been dominating. Ward did a couple of big marks on him as well. Like, so both.
Yeah, like
the difference is like when them boys land, like that's doing damage. One punch in there, like the lads beforehand, the two younger lads, like they could have boxed. They could be boxing still right now, like just all day. Them boys will go like just jabbing each other up and hitting. But them big boys, when they land, like that's a car hitting you, like.
Yeah, like they're big units. Like, but Tommy did take a couple of rounds. I thought it was a couple of nice wee like uppercuts. He sort of slipped a couple of punches, and I thought maybe he was gonna. I'd have liked to have seen it went to the full distance, but nah, wasn't to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who was next?
Who's next? I think I went out for.
Was it Kurt Walker?
Yeah.
So Kurt Walker on Woodstock.
Yeah, great scrap.
That was a sensational scrap. Whatever Woodstock, get him tested for drug abuse, because there's nobody can has that level of fitness. I don't care what anybody says.
He can go, boy. He can go.
He just never give your man a minute.
No.
Like, see, I always watch the reaction of people at the end of a round. There was actually one round, and I actually think your boy Kurt Walker was like, fuck this here. He's just like, I ain't coming dealing with this here. Like, you know. And did you notice your boy Woodstock would sit on the seat to the last second?
Yeah. And
I was like,
that's a menace. Like, and here, tell you what, that was a very close fight, I thought.
Yeah, like he won, was a majority decision once. I thought it was a lot closer than people thought.
I think one judge gave it a draw.
One judge gave it a draw. If it had been a draw, I don't think it really would have been that big of a deal. But like,
no.
Like, it was. I guess your boy Woodstock was. I think if the fight's anywhere else, it's probably given a draw.
I'd be interested to see. It's Walker's. I would be interested to see what he goes for next, because that was a pretty good performance. Looked very slick.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see where he ends up going. I don't know what the ranking is or stuff like that, but
see,
I'll definitely go watch him again.
He's intercontinental champion, so he probably should be moving up a level. Like, but the different. See, as the fights went on, the difference in levels was insane.
Mm-hmm. It was nuts.
So then you had McCrory and Richards.
Yep.
Now, your boy Richards looked like an absolute animal.
He is an animal. Like McCrory, I thought McCrory was doing really well. And
McCrory was boxing so well
that
really
I was like, I'm going to go out and get pints here and fish here because this should be in the bag. And then I came back in and was like, what happened?
You all know something? Like, he actually clipped him really well, your boy Richards, but he wasn't really hurting him. But anytime Richards landed on McCrory, he was hurting him. Yeah. And then that body shot, I actually, because from we were sitting, I never actually seen the body punch to this morning, really.
Mm-hmm.
And sick.
Yeah, I seen the video.
Just hit him in that sweet spot. And we were even talking about that time Paddy Barnes got hit with a body shot. Like, I don't think you can train to get hit in the body. Like, you can train for all you want, but if you hit the right spot,
Joe, what scares me about it? It's that like it lands and then it's there's that full second happens. And then the body goes, no, this isn't happening. And they fold and you're going, oh my God, like that must be the worst pain in the world.
Yeah, it must be. And do you want to know something? Like, he did try to get up. And I think his corner went, nah, there's no point because you're just going to get put back down again.
Yeah, exactly. Did the right thing. You have so much respect for boys. Like, I'm not being, this is going to sound really like, who are we to say this? But like, see, for a boy to go down and just stay down, I actually tip my hat that. Don't be the smarter man, because your gut and that man pride and everything's telling you to get back up. But if you're bait, get home safe to your family, and that's the main thing. Like, which is kind of like, because that's the first thing you did. You went home and just put up back home safe. And see, like, as much as but here's the thing: as much as when we go to boxing, you want to see massive knockouts, you want to see massive punches, but at the same time, you're like, gee, like how, like it's so dangerous. It's such a dangerous sport.
which is probably why it's so like popular. Somebody actually said, actually, I can't remember who said it, but they reckon MMA is safer than boxing
Why is that?
because in MMA, right? If you drop somebody, so say for example, me and you in a fucking cage, right, and you hit me a punch and I go down to the ground, you jump on me and maybe hit me one or two more punches. The ref then pushes you off.
Yeah, true.
In boxing, you knock me down, I get up. You keep hitting me, I go down again.
Yeah.
Or the ref waves it off. So that's why they sort of say, I don't want to here. Let me tell you something. I don't want to get hit at any stage of my life. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And plus, like anytime I was ever sparring or punching the bag or whatever, it was 16-ounce gloves, big massive gloves. Them guys using 10-ounce, like, and it's nothing. Like,
there's nothing in between. There's nothing there. Like, say if you actually even just like holding them, you're going, there's not this isn't doing absolutely anything to anybody. Like, it's terrifying. Right, main event time. Let's go. Let's talk about our big main event here. Crocker Donovan. Now, look, like let's if we're going to review this, let's review this properly. Both walkouts, phenomenal. Absolutely,
I'll say this.
Brilliant. Donovan had a tune. Donovan knew he was like, I'm going into the Lions Den here. I need a real crowd pleaser. And I think he went to some wedding DJ or something going, what do you recommend? You're a man that must know. And he walked out to Sweet Caroline to remix then into Zombie.
Yes, which here, unbelievable.
It's the remix he didn't know needed.
He actually got them on side. If you know what I mean. Like,
I seen a great video of people booing him coming out, and then by the end of the 30 seconds, they started singing Sweet Caroline. Like,
exactly.
People are so fickle. Like, I know. He's a scumbag. Sweet Caroline. Like, if that's where your morals lie, on a good tune can win you over from disliking this guy. And then there's actually, I took a video, and I hate when this happens. Do you ever take a video at an event, and then you don't realize you were chanting and shouting during the moment? So I had a video of Crocker's walkout, which was the song from Trainspotting.
Born Slippy. I'm just going to put it out there. The most smicked out ring walk song of all time.
It was so scaldy. It was so scaldy, but class.
Super. Like, he couldn't have picked a better tune to walk out to. Like, a proper... Like, that's a remix you get on a CD you buy for £3 at some Apple Green. Like, that is just, it is. And I was just like, but I remember it's like Born Slippy, what a tune. And because I actually took a video of it myself, and I was like, this is insane. Like, that is the most metal ring walk song of all time.
Normally, like, it's just funny that the change of tone from like the Cranberries Zombie, like the transition from that to Born Slippy. But I was videoing it, and I've definitely just ruined everyone's video that's around us because I just go, oh, it's a tune, and like the most schmicked out voice ever. And then he's like walking up and starts going real heavy, and I was like, that's dirty. in the middle of the video that I had. But ring walks both class. What I love as well, because it was Matchroom, because it was proper big event, like the big green screen they had, the LED screen and all walking out, all the production side of it was phenomenal. Getting down into the ring. Here's the only thing I'll say, right? I've no hate for anybody at that event last night, but I've got a personal call out. See that guy that does the AMCing for Matchroom? Get him out.
Annie, I know you're listening.
Yeah.
Annie Hearn. You're in Belfast. You could possibly still be in Belfast, right?
Yep.
Take another 2 nights, right? Take another 2 nights. Get yourself down to Belfast Comedy Club on a Tuesday night. Watch how that man handles the crowd, Annie. Right? Of raucous comedians and raucous crowd members.
I can get people on a Tuesday night at a £5 open mic to get excited for Martin Barkley. Come on, like, I can do anything here. Like,
exactly.
This guy's got the best, and that's not disrespect to Martin Barkley. That's just like no one knows who anybody is at the open mic. So if I can get them pumped up and give it the Makaliki roar, as we call it,
yes.
The fucking
yes.
Jumar! If I can tell you, Eddie, I'll do it for free. How do you? I'll do the first one. Hey, wait, I'll do the first one for free. After that, we'll negotiate. Tell me what, you'll pay whatever I ask for because it'll be that good.
Correct.
That's my dream. Yeah. See if I could. That's my dream job. But that way, he did a thing where like the intro it was like, "This is the point of pride," and then everyone just went, "Aye." It's like, come on, man, you got to give it more than that. Give it more.
I know. See, you almost need you don't need to be full Peter Drury.
Yeah.
You don't need to be too like you don't need to be too poetic about it, but you need a couple of wee things just to get people's
I would have
interest.
been in there last night being like, where's the, if you're in for Lewis Crocker tonight, give me a cheer. Fucking one half of them going mental. If you're in for Paddy Donovan, give me a cheer. Let's go mental for the point of pride. And then everyone cheers. Then we're going.
Yeah.
Eddie, you're wasting that man's stealing 11. Although I do like that he does the like the Talal Jomar. I like that.
That actually annoys me. That really
like
annoys me. I don't like it.
Because like the bell rings and all, it's like ding ding ding, Jomar. I like that. But yeah, anyway, sorry, we're beating around the bush here. Talk about the fight. Straight off the bat, you made a great point to me last night. It's some experience to be there and not be influenced by the commentary and what they're saying online and the passing it to the get ringside and stuff like that. It is very interesting when you watch it live in the flesh. I thought Crocker just walking with a tight guard and trying to catch big shots seemed to be the gist of it, if I'm putting it in like the least amount of words as possible. And Donovan, it just looked like he was just touching him up, just constantly touching him. I'm going, I don't think he's hurting him really here. But as you said, whenever you watch it back on the video and see the photos of like the damage under Crocker's eyes and all, like, Jesus, he was obviously getting through quite a bit and hitting him a lot harder than I realized anyway.
Now, to be fair to Donovan took a lot of big shots really well. So like the chin, but again, that's that traveling community heart of gold. Like that is like you like it takes a sledgehammer to put them. Like look at Tyson Fury.
Yep, that traveler magic.
Do you know what I mean? So it is that it's insanity. So, but from listening to, but if you look the first round, I was like, right, because I think I remember you said to me, or I said it to you. Well, one of us said, as long as it doesn't let the occasion get them.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be, if that was me walking out there and I have the crowds going mental and everybody's here to see me, I'm throwing bombs from the first second. Like I'm trying to. So I think the first round Crocker done the right thing, as in like, right, just feel it out, settle into the fight without making a mistake. Just keep it simple. You know, don't play it from the back, pump it long. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then, but as the rounds went on, you kept saying, Crocker's not usually the one for a tight guard, and you're right. He doesn't fight like that. I was chatting to my boxing coach, so to speak, and he was saying the gloves way, even if you're protecting yourself, if you're still getting hit, it's still force on you.
Yeah,
like the force still coming to them because again they're only 10-inch gloves. So he's like, that's why he was getting so like badly beat up around the face.
Okay. Well, in fairness, like they both clearly had game plans and they both stuck to them immaculately. Yeah. And then you have the controversy that comes in the 8th round.
So, we'll talk about he gets a talking to early on for using the head. Right? Leads a massive booze.
Yep.
And then is it the following round he gets pulled again for using the head?
Yep.
Then he gets the warning. And I go myself. And you can actually see Andy Lee said cut that out.
Yeah.
But he continues.
He did continue. Now, and there's one stage he 100% throws an elbow at one stage as well.
Yeah, like that's, if you look at Lewis Crocker's social media, it shows him catching him with the elbow, like, and that's a dirty shot. Like,
so there's the head. They're both moving forward with their heads. In fairness, they were both at it.
Yes.
The referee took the stance of, and this is my opinion on that, by the way, is the right thing happened based on how the referee had refereed the fight, because the story in the referee's head was built to the crowd was, this guy is dirty boxing. I've deducted 2 points in 2 separate rounds from him, and I've talked him twice as well. So there's 4 warnings, and 2 of them actually into point deductions. And then you have the chaos of the 8th round, and
the 8th round.
Crocker gets put down, and we're all going, oh, he's in trouble here. Gets back up, and Donovan rushes in for the finish. And clearly Crocker couldn't see anything, because Crocker throws this combination that was like sent in from fucking Russia. They're like Russian nukes coming in, these 2 punches, and he catches Crocker for one. And the fact Crocker kept coming, we're just going, what is happening here? Anyway, bell, I will say, from where we were sitting, which was, we weren't sitting ringside, I heard the bell, right?
Yeah,
I
I heard the bell
bell.
too.
And the punch flew afterwards. There's no doubt he did.
It's-
He punched after the bell. 1 million. I don't care if he's throwing combinations or what happened. He punched him off the bell, and that's the fact. And when you pair that together with the narrative that the ref had created, which
Yes.
was you're dirty boxing, you've been told, you've been warned, and now you've clearly punched someone after the bell.
Yeah.
I think it had to be a disqualification. If you'd let him away with that, Jesus, man, like. The problem is the clip is going around on social media of the bell alone. The bell alone isolates it, and then I can see why people are saying what they're saying. But I thought I completely understand why the referee DQ'd him.
Now so do I. Now was Donovan winning the fight easily?
Yeah,
easily winning the fight. Donovan was fighting superbly, probably the best I've ever seen him box. To be fair, though Crocker did say is he was going to pick up the pace in the later rounds. But genuinely, that chaos that ensued after, and I know it is too. I knew there was a 3 foul limit, right? But nobody really knew what had happened.
Well, but does that 3 foul limit, does that not only apply to the head and the elbow usage?
No, so it's a foul. So whether it's the head or hugging too much or
okay,
yeah. So
if you get 3 points deducted off you, the fight's over, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
So that was the thing. So I was like, I think I turned around to you and was like, that's 3. If that's that, he's. But I thought it would have been ruled as like a no contest, as in like the fight's off.
Okay,
nobody wins. I didn't know that you get disqualified and you lose.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. Now, but some of the. It just, as much as it's not how you want a fight to end, it's almost class that we were there to witness such a controversy.
Oh yeah, the fact that we were there, but the madness again was when we being there, we had no idea what had happened. Like we could see the referee waved it off and it was DQ, but you're not getting anything into your ears or hearing any professionals talk about it. We're just going, because Donovan at one stage walks away with his hands up. I'm going, he hasn't won.
You see, Crocker gets, and it was kind of obvious to us that he get hit after the bell.
Yeah, it was so obvious.
So I thought that, because you see Donovan celebrating, I was like, no way. I was like, if he's won this, in my head I was going, if he's won this place will be put in fire. Like it will be it's getting burnt alive, this place. Then but the most mad thing was there was rows happening everywhere in the stands. Like everywhere you looked, there was people getting thrown out, there was people fighting, there was people, like I texted a friend of mine who was at home watching the fight, and I was like, what is going on? Like what's going on? He didn't reply, and I was like, oh shit. And then it was chaos. Like, but what a great event, what a great night. Like,
it was like see because like the bell went and that chaos went on in the stands, just went mental. Like there was obviously the event security people, which I mean, if you get phoned going, you're working the SSE arena this weekend, you're going, right, happy days, I'm doing the Belfast Giants, the fucking, I'm looking after the subway calendar. No. Paddy Donovan's fighting Lewis Crocker. You're going, oh no, what have I done in the previous life to deserve this? Like that's the nightmare shift right there. Like that is tough going. Like put it this way, I have never got patted down so thoroughly walking into that arena in my life.
Yeah,
I'm here. I felt better for it. I felt safer for it.
Yeah, because I will say this, like I get patted down a bit more than you did. Yeah. Right, I was like, what's going on here?
That was all right, lad. That would have solved all the problems.
I know, but that was all right. So you did anyway. But like the whole the arena was just crazy because you went out to Toilet goes, Clad, it's worth going out there just to see the chaos, and it was absolutely mayhem. The toilets were crazy. Not a man on a urinal, just 20 lines 30 deep to go to.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the only one that had a cold.
Oh no, absolutely not. It was like, any boys blowing their nose. There
was people pushed in corners and all too. I'm just like, come on.
See, if you're a woman in and out for a piss in about 3 seconds. It was the exact opposite of any experience I've ever had at a stadium in my life. So annoying.
Like, have some decorum. Just hold your piss. You know what I mean?
What I loved most about it was, so there was like, you get different types of people that dress up for boxing events, right? So you have people that will go in their jeans and whatnot. You'll have fellas that go quite casual and whatnot. But then you have the women is where it's most interesting. You will have women who are dressed as if they are going to the gala ball. Like, I mean, big heels, gowns on. Like, here, fair play, all for it, right? No hit there. And then you have the girls that are just sort of like, more casual dress, jeans probably and stuff as well. But the funniest coupling of the night was there's a guy right at the entrance. We were getting a photo. I was like, look at the way she is dressed up. And she was stunning. Heels on, glam ball dress, hair, makeup, everything done. He was standing there in a grey Nike Tick fucking grey fleece and matching tracksuit bottoms and white trainers. I'm like, are you for real? How's he even got in here?
I know.
And how she let him out of the house like that?
I know.
She spent 5 hours getting ready and he's put on a tracksuit. I don't want to mind it. Like, I've never seen more Stone Island in my life. Oh, Jesus, lads. More Stone Island that I've ever seen in one place. There's more Stone Island in that arena than there was in the Stone Island shop. Like, it was crazy.
Clorna made a fortune off that fight. But like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
it was so good just to be there. But my position on it was that, I think the referee made the right call. Do you think the referee made the right call, or what do you think?
Yeah.
I do think both of them were going with it, and I do think he probably should have talked to Crocker at one stage. And here, first admit, did Crocker start buying a few of the head nudges? Yeah, he definitely did. But if I'm in that ring and I can only see out of one eye, and my thought process is I've been cut up with elbows and headbutts, I'm getting out of there any way I can.
But I will say this, from watching it live, so obviously the refs watching it live, like us.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously he's a much better view than we have, but we never once thought Crocker done anything wrong.
No, we didn't.
Whereas it was obvious that he had.
But I think a lot of that was Crocker was Crocker sold him, but that's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
That was the move of a fighter that's got a lot more experience on his belt than what Crocker has. That's the experience of a guy, coming towards the end of his career. I thought Crocker showed real good, I don't know what you want, the dark arts or whatever you want to call it. To be like, I think what happened was Crocker painted the story for the referee. The referee read it 100% how Crocker wanted it. And then whenever Crocker was like, I can't physically see, time to get out of here and we'll go another day. That was, I thought it was, honestly, I can't fault him for it. Not at all. Like,
see, Eddie Hearn owns both fighters, so he's mad looking at rematch. Like,
he's saying, he said today, Windsor Park.
I was at one in Windsor Park. I was at Framus fight in Windsor Park here. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, but we're not seeing that fight. We're not seeing a rematch.
No. The only way, as I said, well, here, this is where listening to Eddie Hearn talk today. So Crocker's next fight, he's mandatory for the IBF world title. That fight mightn't happen to the winter. So Crocker, yeah, here. I'd be waiting. Let me tell you.
I'd wait. What's the rush? I think if you put these tickets on sale next week in Windsor, it sells out. Don't get me wrong, for the middle of summer. Like, it'll be unbelievable. 100%. But I think what's going to happen is he'll fight for the title. If he wins that title fight and then rematches Donovan, that is a super fight. That'll be one of the biggest things to ever come to the country.
Yeah, that's
or even if he loses. Still massive.
I heard Andy Lee talking about he wants to bring it to the Aviva.
They're talking about bringing it to Limerick. Let me tell you something. Will that fucking fight be in Limerick?
Let me tell you something. If it's in Limerick, should I be given a VIP package? I'll not be on it.
Yeah. I wouldn't go if you put me in. Do you ever see that clip of the guy who's like filming in Antarctica in the glass box? I wouldn't go on one of them. I'd be like, nah, you're all right, lad. I'll take a shot. I'll watch it from the safety of my own house. They're talking about the Aviva. That would be insane. That would be oh god, because that is the neutral venue. Like, that's stop buying between the two, like Belfast and Limerick.
Yeah.
Like, that would be mega.
So I will say this: on the whole, what a night. I want to just say thank you to the McAlevey family for bringing me along with them. It was very nice.
Our adopted son.
Adopted son. Yeah. But it was. So, I love the fact that it was so controversial, and I was there.
Yeah, that is the bit. Because everyone's going, "Did you see it?" He goes, "Did you see it?" I was there. I was on it. I lived it, lad.
Oh, why? But it's even what happened behind us and all was insane.
Yeah, like
You
for
know.
people that maybe haven't got the picture, I mean, we were sitting 10 rows away from the VIP boxes, like which
Yeah.
were like directly above us. Almost these people basically sit on top of your head, and this guy just has like unlimited pints he's chucking down at us, and I don't really know what happened. All the security comes up and all this here, and they're all just looking at one another, and then some boy in the VIP box gets lifted, getting wheeled out of the place. I was chaos, like.
But even at that, it was like because the cops came up and everything, it was just like I was like, this is gonna be.
But the amount of cops in that place was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was absolutely insane.
Like I was there the night at Hardwell when everybody died. and there was less police there and less like security.
But like see if it all kicked off. Like there was a part of me thought last night when I was watching the fight, like, see if this whole stadium turns, nothing anyone can do. Like we're all doomed. We're all screwed.
And I'm sitting going myself, right, there's the exit. But again, I'm sort of going like I'm ill. I can't even. You know what? I'm like, I'll gladly get knocked out.
yeah. If I wake up in a hospital, I'll be pretty happy. Like just instantly.
But here, class night.
Yeah.
That's the
class night.
I'll
I'll round it up with this. I'm delighted that Crocker's getting an opportunity to fight for that title. Like regardless of whatever way it ended, it's not the way I wanted to go. Would love to have seen him knock him out and beat him and stuff like that. But unbelievable that he's gotten himself to this point. Local lad from Belfast, and he's going to fight for a title. I really hope they get the fight in Belfast. I'd go to that absolutely. Which is the next thing that's coming. Fuck, we should talk about that.
Paul Hughes
announced he's fighting in Belfast.
Unbelievable.
PFL's coming, which is like what timing for us?
Here.
I was just thinking like there's bound to be a way the boys can all chip in together. A lot of boys like the MVP situations. We could be throwing pints at the peasants below. You know, that could be us soon.
Get us, Todd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on.
I'll be Paddy McDonald, come on, lads. Come on.
Yeah. We'll never ask you for anything ever again. Just one big night out. But I'm actually scared that the PFL won't live up to the Matchroom night because even regardless of the fights that were on last night, I just think the way Matchroom had that place looking, the big screen, the whole stadium. We'll not talk about the announcer boy again, but everything was perfect. Such a well-rounded clockwork.
I think the PFL will just be now. I think it'll be less. It'll not be as exciting for us because we're probably less invested. We'd have a lot of for example, Paddy McCrory, Tommy McCarthy, Lewis Crocker. Like we were invested in the fights, whereas we're literally only invested in Paul Hughes. Really?
Yeah, true. Well, it's actually a bit of a shame now because the UFC have Keelan Locker and Reece McKee, and I actually watched them fight at the last Cage Warriors that was in Belfast, I think, or Cage Warriors it was on. So like you had all them sort of like up and coming Irish fighters and names that you sort of get behind, but I wouldn't really know many other names outside of it. Like imagine that card, imagine them boys signed with the PFL, Paul Hughes, Reece McKee, fucking
Keelan
Loughlin. Like that would have been
massive. Yeah. Here, they might even get signed back. Who knows?
But hopefully more stuff coming to Belfast because what a good night. What a great night. Exactly. So
class.
Good, anyway. We'll wrap up here. I want to touch quickly on FA Cup weekend. United out of the cup. Get in there. That's what you get for scumbag and Arsenal and penalties.
Yeah, exactly. I will say this. A mate of mine texts me going, and he's usually quite level-headed when it comes to it. He texts me going, Amram's a bad. And I think he is too. Yeah, I just go, he's a bad one. And I went, but here, they play Arsenal next weekend at Old Trafford. It literally is going to be like two Division 2 teams playing because not one of them has a striker.
Yeah, worst game of football ever happened. Arsenal playing the Champions League as well this week.
Before we move on to that, can I just predict next Sunday how Arsenal United is going
for it.
To go? It's going to be 0-0.
Yeah.
Till about the 75th minute. They're going to bring on Cheeto Obi Martin, who United signed from Arsenal.
Yeah.
He scores a winner.
And he goes on to never score again for United.
And that's exactly that's exactly what's going to happen. So
I wouldn't be putting any bets on Arsenal or Premier League going forward. Like Jesus, no chance at all. Do you see as well? But I will have to talk about this actually just to wrap up the FA Cup stuff. Millwall Crystal Palace, the big derby. down at the FA Cup again. Like that's one the place like that when the damn balls get drawn out and going, who hits me? That's a nightmare. Like South London, 2 South London teams. First 5 minutes of the game, keeper comes out and nearly kills somebody with like a karate kick.
Can I just say, right? I mean, to talk about Arsenal, same referee didn't give a red card for that, should we? But give a red card for Miles Skelly.
No way,
for dangerous play. Same game. Anyway,
dear.
There's no agenda against Arsenal.
I just love it because all the memes are just like, right, lads, first 5 minutes, keeper tight on silly. Keeper comes out and chins him.
Boots him in the face.
I didn't know he didn't get a straight red. I thought the referee just sent him straight off. No.
So, no, he didn't. It was VAR overturned it. They make him go, yeah, go take a look at that.
That is absolute madness. They're literally stunts in his teeth. Like.
So it leaves Villa and City as the 2 big teams, not FA Cup.
I would love to see someone like Villa win it. Villa, like the FA Cup is so annoying. Look at the run United have had, or City have had. Sorry, City have had the easiest run ever, and then you had Plymouth who just did Liverpool and then City.
Yeah,
come on, like that's so annoying. Shame though because it's an open cup for someone to win this year, which is good.
Yeah, that's the magic of the cup. I love the FA Cup.
Yeah, although I was very depressed with it on this weekend. See when you haven't got a horse in the race, very sad.
Yes,
very sad.
It is. But that's why.
But that's life as an Arsenal fan a minute. I want to.
Yes.
I got to wrap up very quickly here. This last topic I want to talk about. The GAA are proposing that these new rules that they've been implementing for the division series, they might not keep all these rules going into the All Ireland series. Isn't that insane?
Good. Yeah. They're too hard to implement because at club level, it's not gonna be done.
But how can you midway through? Like this has been torturous for managers, torturous for everyone. Here McGinney's coming out talking about it, going like, we're trying to figure it out, and then next thing you're gonna go, actually no, we're gonna go back to the old way. Like all your momentum from the league's gone.
Yeah, but even like you'd have been training your team to play a certain way, and certain boys might be getting game time, or certain boys would have been playing because they fit the system matter. Now it's not going to happen. So here, I genuinely think they're ruining Gaelic football. So yeah, I'm the same. I just don't think you can have it so. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows what next? Like,
I just think you can't. I just don't think you can have it so attacking. But that's a topic we'll get into for a different time. We'll review the news, the GA rules at the end of this league campaign. But apart from that, I think we're going to wrap up there, Tal. Yeah.
Yes. I am literally just have enough energy just to do this podcast.
We appreciate you. Do not make me do this on my own ever, please. This will be no one wants to listen to that. Like, we just ranted about sports for fucking half an hour. Thanks to everyone for listening. Spotify, leave us a review if you can. Shares and stuff like that on Facebook as well, and do all that lovely stuff. Tal, anything to plug?
Yes, my solo show, the Middle East based, 20th of March. It's coming. It's coming soon. It's this month, a few weeks away. Hosted by the future of Matchroom Boxing, Sean McAlevey, and then have Kieran Franco down as well. So
I'm gonna bring you on, like us here. I'm gonna go, Talal, Jamar.
Joking out of the blue corner.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So that as well. Big gig, Helen O'Neill. There's me, Mark McCartney, Mickey Bartlett, and somebody else that I forgot. But yeah, so what more do you need? Mickey Bartlett, Mark McCartney on the same bill?
No.
Couldn't do it. Yeah, and I'm there as well, but let's face it. Mark McCartney, Mickey Bartlett. This Connor Keys is emceeing it. That'll be unreal. What more do you need? Yeah. I'm basically doing what that boy did last night with a towel for Paddy Donovan.
Yeah.
Towel guy.
Just keeping everyone else cool.
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, check that out.
Perfect. We'll see you all next week, guys. Thanks for listening. Good luck.
Oh, just let me. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my